Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Cremechiss podcast. This is the second time this week that we're coming to you, and this time we're discussing The Boys, Amazon Prime's probably the most profitable show of all time. I think this will be valid till the Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings show comes out this September. Till then, I think The Boys is its biggest crowd puller, and I don't think there's a competition also. Today we are in specific we're discussing the season finale, the season 3 finale of The Boys, which I thought was pretty next to perfect. The Boys, if you haven't seen, it's probably the most goriest show on television right now. It doesn't shy away from going batshit crazy. And in terms, when I compare like this amount of gore, this amount of violence, nudity, everything that's explicit, I think of Game of Thrones, right? But even when I think of Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones had an equal amount of good and bad characters. Here, everybody's bad. Even the protagonists that you see, they have very much a lot of shades of gray. They are broken. They are immoral. Immoral, everything. And that is what I love about the show. So I think, personally, I feel that this season 3, was the season that warmed me up to the show. I was into the show, but I thought that there's something that we'll talk during the episode. There's something in the season that happened which actually changed my perspective on the show, and I started loving it. So yeah, what was the best thing that you liked about the season? Let's talk about the season first before we talk about the finale.
The season 1, 2, and 3, there is one hero, and that hero shines over and over and over again. I think Butcher has proven to us the kind of hero or the kind of protagonist that we wish we had access to, because generally heroes are shown as people who are like, no, I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I just want to stop them from doing bad things. And Butcher is very straightforward. There's a dialogue in the current season where he says, all of you have to go. It's not just Homelander that I'm after. All of you. And this is while he's talking to Maeve, and this while he's talking to Maeve, he's saying, you're all bad. You're all bad for society. All of you have to go. And immediately, I think 2 seconds from that line, Maeve and he make love. Maeve is a super herself, and I don't know. I think to have a protagonist that is so clear about what they want to do, and is so clear about who needs to, basically step in and get the job done, because we officially see Butcher become something that he hates. He also becomes a soup, if albeit temporarily, but he does become a superhero type of person. He has the laser eyes and whatever wonderful powers of super strength and bulletproofness and stuff like that. And it's not seen a better take on a person who is so broken and so destroyed, where he cannot see past his goals. And it's a fantastic protagonist to have, and to match that energy. Homelander, every time he shows up on the screen, I'm like, who is he going to kill? Who is he going to laser out? Because there are always 4 or 5 people around him. And I'm always waiting that, okay, he's going to kill someone. He's going to do something horrible. And I think in season 3, they finally showed the killings. Because up till season 1 and season 2, it's more like we know Homelander killed. Homelander admits to killing someone or something, but we don't see it that effectively. And over here, we see him do that. And also, season 3 completely deviated hard from the comics. Hard. Like anybody who's reading the boys comics is probably seeing that the characters are getting redefined in very different ways. Um, they are taking hard storyline arcs, which are like completely different from the comics. But in this season, they changed the endings and the redemption arcs, and basically gave us now no way to understand what's going to come next. And I think they succeeded in that. Like now, whatever season is coming next, we have no idea what the hell is going to happen over there. Like none. And I loved that about this season. What a fantastic finale.
The story progression is so fast, right? Like, so I want to say that, like, I am more drawn towards these lived in shows, like something like Succession or Better Call Saul, where we find things at a very at our own pace, where I'm usually very interested as to how they're gonna show the story, or how they're gonna give me the character arcs and everything. This is one show that is an anomaly for me, in the sense that it's like 5 plot decisions per second in the show. Like, when an episode ends, you actually need to take a breather. You actually need to take a breather after it ends. So you need to actually sit back and think about what all things have happened. And that pace is something that I've seen shows like that, but I've never seen shows nail this type of a pace. So yeah, and again, season 3 was by far for me the best season of The Boys, because it was very difficult to show so many things happening in one season, but they somehow managed to do it in 8 episodes.
In 8 episodes. And what a great way to use every one of those episodes. The introduction of Soldier Boy, why Soldier Boy was put away, the people who were against Soldier Boy, like every character they touched, and also Frenchie and what is his girlfriend's super name?
Kimiko.
Kimiko is her name, but what do they call her? They call her something, right?
Oh, he calls her Mokyo.
Oh,
Mokyo. It means my heart.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it meant my love or my sweetie. Like, oh God, like those moments between them, it was so sweet. And Kimiko not being able to repair herself, right? Like you can see him split. Like, do I want her to go back to being a superhero, or do I want her alive? Like, what do I want? And such soft, cute moments between them. I love each and every one of them. Even the unlikable characters, I love. What a great way to.
The musical sequence between them, that was so sweet.
That was so sweet. And they're in love, and they're having a song and dance, and like heavy Hindi cinema vibes. Like when people are in love, they sing. Even if they're in a hospital, they sing and they dance. And I love that. I love when that happens in American shows, especially.
What's next? Soldier Boy? Should we just go to Soldier Boy?
Let's talk about Soldier Boy. Let's talk about the butt explosion. Let's talk about everything. Let's get into
it. If we're talking about explosions in this season, nothing comes close to the urethra exploding.
I blocked that out, but okay.
By the way, if you have seen this episode, the season premiere on Amazon Prime India, trust me, you haven't seen the episode at all. First of all, kudos to the people who have done the CGI, who have censored the scenes, the gruesome scenes, the gruesome nudity that they've shown in this season. I think they've shown body horror if I can say that.
Oh
If
yeah.
they've shown body horror in almost every episode this season. And really kudos to the people at Amazon Prime India who have censored these scenes, because when I was seeing it, I couldn't actually realize. I couldn't actually know that they're actually cutting these scenes. But then when I saw it, uh, but then when, let's just say that I caught a flight to US and then I saw the episodes and I came back the very next day. Uh, that's when I realized that there are a lot of scenes that they've cut. Yeah,
When
let's
I
talk
saw,
about the urethra.
let's talk about hero.
What?
Let's start with Herogasm. Let's
Oh,
go into that
okay,
episode.
okay. So how how, how are we introduced?
To Herogasm, they're basically looking
Oh yeah.
for a place where they can locate the twin superheroes who were responsible for
Ah,
Soldier Boy's death. And one set of people are trying to prevent Soldier Boy from coming over there and killing everybody, and another set of people want Soldier Boy to go over there and kill everybody.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
And in that, uh, who's the first? I think
Starlight.
and Starlight actually enter the scene first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is where they witness a lot of things. And witnesses a bit more than usual. He gets exposed to a lot of, let's just say,
I
a
don't want
lot
to
of
say.
herogasm.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you see the guy, who's the guy who explodes the urethra in the season premiere?
Is it the urethra or the ass?
No, he goes inside the penis.
Really? I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
why
what I
I
was
thought
wondering. Like,
Ackles.
which ass exploding scene are you talking about? No, so
Oh no, I think I'm confusing it with the theory now of like
oh yeah.
The Thanos theory. Like, okay, let's go up his butt and like blow him up.
So this scene was a callback to that. So
Yeah,
Eric
yeah, yeah.
Kripke, is that the creator's name? Yeah. So he had said that in an interview that they wanted to actually call back the theory that why doesn't Ant-Man go inside Thanos' body? So they did that, but this time a bit more explicit.
And I mean, the way Butcher kills that guy by just rolling him around in cocaine and like shaking him up in a little bottle. Oh my god, that was
But
so
yeah, that's
powerful.
what I was saying. He's in Herogasm, right? We see him again turning back. There's a miniature version of him, and then he
But that doesn't happen in Herogasm. No.
no, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But we see a miniature version of him and he comes back to
Yeah,
his
and then he's sent
normal
to
shape.
rehab. Yeah. And then that hero is sent to rehab because
Oh,
and he doesn't get punished or anything for killing another super because or another person because he was like force fed, I guess, cocaine by Butcher. And Butcher's like, wait, so he's not going to get any crime or anything because I rolled him around in cocaine so that he doesn't kill more people. So yeah, he's going to be fine. He's just gone to rehab.
hmm.
So the show also shows how the law and how the legal system fails constantly. Like so many loopholes that nobody is actually protected by the law. And I think the show opens with that.
So this is something that the show is really good at, is how it tries to mimic real life
Yes.
through these superheroes. They are talking about uh, capitalism. They're talking about
Yes.
bad people just deciding the fate of people.
Yeah. And they
That's
are
something that
also
they've always managed to do. Like with the who's that Nazi girlfriend? Stormfront in the second season that they shown, and the way they conceal their, like, Homelander and Stormfront and these people, how they conceal their actual personalities. They tried to do that in the first two seasons, and again, what we see in season 3 is something that is very eerily similar to real life, where they just don't care now what people think. They know that
They will have
there are
supporters one way or the other.
there are always people who would champion shitty personalities.
Yeah. Also, did you notice the narrative of if there is ever a fallout for a couple, then like Stormfront and Homelander, then Homelander didn't know. He's so innocent. He had no idea. But then he has an entire monologue about how he is better than others. Like certain supremacies believe that they are better than others. And then when they have the fake between him and Starlight, and then when Starlight goes against him, said, "Yeah, Starlight is just a jilted lover, and she's gonna talk shit." Like they repeat that narrative to justify that Homelander is a good person, and oh god, they've done a fantastic job. I also like the general parodiness of Soldier Boy, because you think about it, then Captain America existed in a time when certain factions of society, certain people were not treated as human beings. So whose captain was he really? And Soldier Boy kind of addresses that immediately. The second they start talking to him, saying, "Did you see that guy just holding his baby in his arms like a woman?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's the father, so he's holding his child. Who cares?" And he's like, "Huh, in my time, men used to not do that." The toxicity of
Oh,
those years. Oh God,
so
they
many
have
things, right, about him. Like the first time we see him out in the world, he actually sees these two men hugging each other, or like,
holding.
yeah, holding hands, and he just shrugs. He doesn't
Yeah,
understand what yeah,
yeah.
he
He
doesn't
gives a
understand
smirk.
what the so many things that he's so I think that's a hint to us that whatever that Butcher and Huey were doing, they were thinking that he would be killing Homelander, they'd be using Soldier Boy. So these things were, I think, a hint of it's not going to go right. Please listen to Starlight. She is right here, because
Mhm.
two two bad people, if they come together, it's not it's not sure that that's going to happen. It might
Yeah.
turn against you, whatever that might happen. Even if there's a chance that Soldier Boy kills Homelander, uh, there will be something that will go upside down for you guys,
Yeah.
and that did happen if you think
Yeah.
about it.
Ultimately, that's exactly what happened. Because, and this is where the logic of Butcher fails, right? If there is something stronger than Homelander that can kill Homelander, then there is no sense in bringing that thing out, because that enemy is now going to become a much more formidable enemy to beat. If you can't beat Homelander, how the hell are you going to beat Soldier Boy, who can kill Homelander?
Yeah,
So, and if the general ideology is all the supers have to go, if that's a general belief, then introducing another person who has had nothing but a bad reputation, right? Like Soldier Boy has been constantly shown to have had a very bad reputation. Nobody liked him. No one wanted him to be alive. Everybody told, uh, whoever was spoken to about Soldier Boy, they said like, yeah, we really wanted him dead. And I think that scene where he talks with the Crimson Queen or Crimson
oh
Princess, uh, the lady that he kills, when he asks her like, "Why didn't you come for me?" Uh, the lady, the she and Seth Rogen have a sex chat
oh
session.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is her name?
Andrea from The Walking Dead, sorry.
Yeah, and did you notice like he was, I think, in love with her or something, and she wanted nothing to do with him in spite of that. Like she was more than happy to leave him rotting in that cell, in that box. So I don't know. There is, when you get so many red flags, you find out so much information. Um, it's kind of interesting that Butcher still went through with this plan. I think the desperation of getting Homelander out of the way like completely clouded his judgment. And you see the boys also falling apart, like they split up into teams. They are not taking Butcher seriously anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this season we finally found out Homelander's kryptonites, right? We find out that he's not invincible really. He might be the strongest guy on the planet, but he also has his weaknesses, emotional and physical. When the physical ones, obviously, you find out Maeve being a badass in the finale, and how Soldier Boy can also kick. Soldier Boy, Huey, not Huey, but Soldier Boy and Butcher after taking the vial. We find out that he can be beatable, and emotionally as well. His he also has. So we found out in the first two seasons, that he has mommy issues. Uh, something that even Superman had, by the way. If you think
I
about
don't think any DC superhero doesn't have mommy issues. They all have mommy issues.
yeah, but he is sort of like the bad version of Superman, right? Like what would how would a what would a bad Superman be like if he found out that he is the strongest man in the universe? This is what he would turn out to be, right? Yeah, so we find out that he has emotional weaknesses as well. He had mommy issues in this. We find out that he has daddy issues as well. He constantly needs someone to stroke his ego. He constantly needs someone to be with him. The thing that he does in that room with Deep, A Train, and the assistant, he tells them how they are not with him, and you get to know how affected he is after killing Black Noir. Yeah. So after killing, he's actually vulnerable there, because he trusted Noir the whole time from
Yeah.
season one. He knew that everybody can turn against him, but Noir won't. And then he finds out things about Noir. And for what? Like, you get to know that Noir is actually on his side,
Yeah.
and that's when he
Kill him for
dies.
nothing. Yeah.
So, and yeah, the thing that he does to A-Train and Deep, and how shittily he makes how shittily he treats them, and he makes her the assistant. He makes her remove a wig. Uh, you see how affected he is, that he knows that nobody's on his side. And then you have the actual finale, the last scene with the kid, with his son, and
Yeah.
you see the smile on his face, how contented he is with it.
It
Lovely,
is.
lovely, lovely character arc. I didn't know that they would show. Uh, I didn't know that they had more to show, to explain, to show Homelander. I didn't know that he had any arcs left, but the way they did this, yeah, this is why season 3 worked for me. Homelander
Yeah.
is one big reason.
Season 3 for me was like the best, like even better than season 1, because they completely split up from the comic. So Black Noir is originally Homelander's clone, and Soldier Boy is like this very in the comic. He's a very bubbling, you know, blabbering fool type of person who's powerful, but not like not actually capable of doing anything without Homelander's consent. And Homelander and he are also like occasional like friends with benefits type of situation. And then to show us that over here that that Soldier Boy is biologically Homelander's father is like one of the most like twisted twists I've ever seen. Like you guys are like really going to mess with our heads. Like we are going to read the comics and we're going to be like, oh, so Homelander is to like have sex with Soldier Boy whenever he wanted to for fun to like keep him on a leash. But in the Amazon storyline, Soldier Boy is Homelander's dad. Oh
It's
God, and
like
that messes me up.
it's like they're taking every pop culture reference and they're twisting it.
Twisting
The
it
Superman
hard.
twist, the Thanos Ant-Man twist, and this
Yeah.
Star
And
Wars
this
twist.
one. Oh God. Like how messed up. Like Luke, I'm your father means something completely different now. And that I never understood why the son of Homelander suddenly had a change of heart about Homelander because he picked Butcher over Homelander.
Yeah, and then something happened, right, in the second or third episode where Butcher stops. He's so determined to find Homelander that he starts neglecting the
Neglecting
kid.
this.
Yeah, and he tells he tells him something that you're not my son or something like that. Sorry, I'm paraphrasing, but he tells
You're
him
your
something.
mother's son.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
where he's sort of disowning him, right? Like he's
Yeah.
shown him so much love, and he has never apologized for that. And the whole season, he has neglected him.
He's
He has not,
neglecting him.
yeah, he wasn't with him. So I think that's what this boy of, that's what this boy needed the most is just love. And he's not got that from anyone after his mother. So after his mother has died, that's the only thing that he needed. And that didn't happen. And I think,
That
yeah,
didn't happen.
that turned.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's mostly that. I think it's also something very interesting because you can kind of see that everybody's looking for a place to belong, except for Butcher. But Butcher's origin story of how he left his abusive father and then he kind of indirectly was the reason for his brother's tragic death. Uh, Everyone is being shown to like want to belong to something. I think Yui's realization that being a soup isn't all that great because he now has mad respect for his father for just being this regular guy who just wanted to um, be there for his son. And it's just everybody is trying to belong. Everyone. Maeve is trying to belong. Starlight is trying to belong to something more than just whatever the hell the heroes represent. And Deep, oh my God, he gets a wife and he loses a wife.
Wow, that the final scene that we see him in the finale,
Yeah,
that's such a great scene that he's seeing her give an interview for some movie,
yeah.
and then uh and then
In
we
too
see
deep.
something like that, and then we see him and Homelander together in some photo or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that. Sorry, like I forgot about that. So you actually get to know that this guy has lost a lot of things. Like he's lost purpose again for the millionth time
for
in
a
his
millionth
life.
time.
He's lost the love of his life, and he doesn't know he feels stuck here because
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, because
Yeah, there's no
he's
one.
become a minion for Homelander again.
And did you see how his thing changed from calling him Homelander to Sir? Because
Yeah,
he's fucked. He has no one to protect him. No one is on his
yeah,
side now. But
yeah.
yeah, the I think the octopus scene where he's making love
Uh,
to the octopus and he forces his wife to like get in on it with them. Like, oh God, like it
yeah.
still gives me ugh.
Again,
And
please don't watch it on Prime India.
yeah, watch it on Prime America. And oh, I need to give some shout out to my current beloved, um, he plays a very prominent villain in Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, and he's playing another villain in Boys as well. Like that's somehow like his general arc. You know who I'm talking about?
Uh,
Gustavo
yeah, I know.
from Better Call Saul. I forget the actor's name. Uh,
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito. So Mr. Esposito plays a villain in Boys as well, and he's done such a great job in this one as well, where he adopted a superhero girl, kind of like a protection token for himself. And I think the way he addresses that Homelander is up to no good, but his daughter like takes a different route, and I don't know, there isn't one character in this series which is like out of place, which is unnecessary. And I really, really wish that that when villain arcs are written or hero arcs are written, they're written in this way. Because it ultimately comes down to whose vested interest matters the most. So Butcher abandoned his purpose very quickly when he realized that Ryan was in trouble. So Soldier Boy, nobody mattered. Like all of that was for nothing. Nothing. And there's this moment where Homelander and Butcher look at each other in like disgust. Because they both like pushed Soldier Boy away like into oblivion with laser and whatever
Yeah.
else. And they look at each other with disgust, like, like, fuck this guy. But
Neither of them neither of them want to fight.
yeah, neither of them want to kill Soldier Boy, but now they have to kill Soldier Boy, or at least like make him useless. And again, Ryan is a wild card. This is the beauty of it. That character is still a wild card. I still think he's going to come back to Butcher. So um,
Who?
Ryan, the Homelander's son,
Ah,
he's still a wild card for
yeah.
sure.
Totally. I think he's gonna be the catalyst.
Yeah.
If they ever, I don't want them to end in this show, but
Yeah.
if they ever want to end it, I think he's gonna be the catalyst there.
Yes, absolutely. I am really looking forward to the next season of Boys because, again, I have no comic books to get any reference from. Although the show was going off track from season one itself, like it was completely losing the comic version of the stories literally in the first season itself. But now officially there are no more storylines to explore in the books. Like this is now going to be completely on the Boys writers to give us something very fresh, very new, and they've done such a great job. Oh my god, if you guys are watching on Amazon Prime, and I recommend that everybody does this, the what hallway, there is a virtual walkthrough on Amazon Prime. Check it out, guys. It's a lot of fun. You can see the different little artifacts in the what hallway and what each of them mean. Like, what do each of the paintings mean? What do the magazines on the desk mean? Why is there a secret door? Like, it's really cool. It's a very short virtual walkthrough, but it is a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't done that, like, definitely go and check that out. That's a lot of fun. Fun way to reel in from the Boys' awesomeness.
I'll do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if they're gonna deviate, then
Yes.
I don't doubt them to do a good job.
Oh, they did a fantastic job with the Soldier Boy arc, because Soldier Boy's character, if you read in the comics, is not interesting. He's just like another lackey, like a bitch, like a Homelander bitch. He's nothing interesting. That's why even Homelander in the comics gets a bit boring after a while, because he's more powerful than everybody. Then who cares, like when something is undefeatable, then that story is not interesting anymore. So,
Yeah, it's
but
like
here, yeah,
why it's like why are you not just ending everyone who's
yeah,
opposing you?
yeah. Just
But
finish
yeah,
it, right?
this season we get to know why he's not doing that.
This season we get to know why. This season we also see him kill off one of the Starlight supporters in front of everyone else. And they have deviated so beautifully, especially on the Soldier Boy storyline. Like how he says this one line. I cannot believe you can like smoke weed legally now. Like I have put away so many assholes over that. Like, and you can see that how just time and generation can make such a big difference when it um, comes to a human being being exposed to something. Because Soldier Boy says that his father told him that he took a shortcut for becoming a superhero, and a real man wouldn't do that. So his father was like a toxic asshole towards him. And then Soldier Boy has the opportunity to not do that with Homelander, but he calls him a pussy. He's like, you're such a weak, like, humiliation kind of a product of mine, because I would never do what you're doing and the way you're doing it. And you're such a weak man just because Homelander cries during the reunion. Like he's like, this is your grandson. Like, you're my father, but you're also his grandson. Because Homelander starts crying just for that. Soldier Boy calls him a pussy. And he repeats the cycle of toxicity. So they have nailed the Soldier Boy character so well. Great casting, of course. All the actors are shining hard in this season. Hard. Like, not one person is out of place. And I'm just glad that this exists. And we get to watch so much great content like simultaneously. We're going to do Better Call Saul very soon. And
Yes.
guys, please catch up with Better Call Saul final season. We really want you guys to like be there with us when we are reviewing the finale, just like we did Boys. So let us know, if there is something you want us to cover more in these kind of universes where there are anti-heroes and mostly assholes and villains. But yeah, we are really excited about what happens next.
Truly, truly. All right, guys, that's the end of this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, and please comment on our videos. We crave for your comments. The reason why we're doing this is because we want the community to grow.
Yeah. Also, we are Homelander, so we want attention and validation.
Yes, we wouldn't kill people if you don't want us to.
Oh no.
All right, and please, there are 2 donation links in the description below. You gave us so much love on our videos with your views and comments and subscription, but there's also something very important that we need is monies, and donation is how you can do that for us. So there are 2 donation links in the description. One for international viewers, that's the buy us a coffee link, and for Indian viewers, there's an easy way to do it through UPI. So you can just donate to the UPI ID that's listed in the description below. All right. All right. Let's end it.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.